Well, welcome to the latest workshop put on by roofingsites.com, how to build a video marketing machine for roofing companies. I see a lot of roofing companies that are trying to do video, but I also see a lot of roofing companies that are not trying to do video whatsoever. They're just trying to keep up with their day-to-day operations and so forth. And well, we're going to go build this marketing machine, right? This little, I call things machines because, if you have a whole bunch of machines in your business, which those are systems, but it can make up the overall system in your business. Okay. So we're going to talk today about really how to build that video marketing machine. If you don't know, we put on workshops just like this every single month. They're free to attend. You typically get a workbook along with it. If you stay to the end, you're going to get a workbook that goes along with this, along with some SOPs, some checklists, and so forth on how to do all the things that I'm talking about here today. Okay. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. All right. And I always do this, but it's kind of important if you've never met me before, if you've never been in my world, and we do a lot of these things. We do, podcasts, we do all sorts of things, but I think it's important for you to know kind of who I am. My name is Chris Hunter. I am the Chief Marketing Officer of roofingsites.com. I am also the author of the Ultimate Guide to Digital Marketing for Roofers. If you don't have this book in your hand, right? If you don't have it digitally in your hand, at least, I'm going to give you a link later on to download it for free to read through it. I'm also a member of the NRCA, RCAT, HARCA, all of these letters, but basically all of the associations that we belong to currently. We are working on adding on to all of these associations as well in the next year. We might be part of your association that you belong to. I'm a father of three. I've got three awesome kids. I've got two boys, one and one girl. The oldest is in college at Texas State University. Broke my heart that he chose not to go to Texas A&M, but it is his choice on that, as long as he didn't go to TU, which is Texas University, is what we call it here in Aggieland. Okay. Y'all call it probably University of Texas. I told him he just couldn't, they're not allowed to go there. I'm not paying for that school. Sorry. All right. Okay. I've been doing SEO since 1998. That really dates me I'm obviously been doing it a very long time. The first website that I ranked was on Yahoo, my own personal website, and Google came around and really we started focusing on that. And then I had a client, a roofing company here in College Station, Texas, that talked me into doing for him what we were doing for ourselves. And that was to dominate Google, right? And this is around 2005 that we started offering it to him. And then we just started branching out from there and offering it to other clients. Random fact about me, right, is that I love to smoke Texas barbecue. If you like Texas barbecue briskets, sausage, chicken, I will smoke just about anything on the smoker. And I've smoked, my favorite is queso, right? Smoked queso. Anyways, if you're in Texas, if you're in College Station, Texas is a big place, right? But if you come to College Station, Texas, be sure to look me up and maybe I can have a brisket ready for you. Okay. I am on a mission to double the size of 100 roofing companies by 2028. Everyone in my organization knows this, and that is what we are currently working towards, helping all of our clients, all of our people who are potential clients to grow. We do that through things like this right here, through our workshop. We do this through educational content online, through my book, right? This, by the way, again, I mentioned this already, but this is the exact blueprint for what we do here for our clients. Okay. So if you'd rather do it for yourself, feel free to pick up the book and implement everything in that book for yourselves. Okay. But enough about me. All right. Let's talk about choices. Since lockdown, right? Since COVID lockdown, there has been a huge shift in the roofing industry. Our industry has expanded dramatically, right? There's way more competition now than there ever was. And the problem is for homeowners is that there are literally too many choices out there, okay, in our industry. So our job, my job, is to make you the choice versus a choice in your service area, in your market, Okay. And that's a huge differentiating piece there for you, is to ensure that you are the choice, not a choice. Okay. And the way that one of the ways that we're going to talk about today to do that is that video marketing. Okay. Um, I talk about machines a lot, right? My business partner, it drives my business partner crazy because all I talk about are these machines, and that's how I name everything. So what we're talking about today is our video marketing machine. Okay. But I believe that machines work. And we've got a picture of the stealth fighter. This is the fighter that I worked on in the Air Force. When I was in the Air Force, it's the F-117 Nighthawk. And basically, I learned when I was in the Air Force that machines just plain work. Yeah, they break, and that was my job, was to fix them. But once you fix them, for the most part, they still work. Okay. And so that's why I call everything machines as we set them up. I'm a huge believer in systems, right? Systems are super important to every single business. And I believe that businesses are simply a collection of systems. And this is one of the systems that I'm going to share with you today. Okay. These machines. Now, the problem in our industry is that everybody that I talk with, every single one of the roofing companies that I talk with, and we talked with 4 to 5 roofing companies every single day, okay, throughout the United States and sometimes abroad. Okay. I've talked with people in Tasmania, if you believe it, that or not, right? Almost all of them, and I say 99.99% of all of these roofing companies focus on the tactics, not the strategy. What we're going to talk about today is partly a little bit of both of that. Okay. It's strategy and it's also tactics, right? So I want you to know that there's a huge difference in those two things, and that if you want to compete in this really competitive landscape, you've got to be following a strategy, which is this right here. Okay. The 4R roofing marketing system. All right. And it's made up of 4 pillars. Okay. The 4R system is made up of 4 pillars. Okay. The first pillar is reputation. You can't do anything in marketing unless you have a solid reputation. Okay. Things that go into this, we're going to talk a little bit about this, but there's a lot of things that go into each of these pillars, but just know that your base foundation is your reputation. Okay. Next is reach, getting in front of more people today than knew about you yesterday. This is where most people really, when they're talking marketing, this is what they get stuck with, right? And they try Facebook ads, or they try YouTube ads, or they try Google ads, or they try this or try that. Okay. The problem is that these are just tactics inside of the overall strategy. Okay. The next pillar, resell. Nobody that I've interviewed ever goes back to the well of their customers over and over again. None of them. Not a single company that I have interviewed, over thousands of these companies, do this right here. Okay. And resell, why do we have this in the pillar? Well, or as a pillar, it's because we are 8 to 10 times more likely to sell to somebody, right, that has purchased from us before in the past and had a good experience. Okay. So let's say that you have somebody that has purchased a roof from you, a new roof. Well, guess what? You probably sell gutters. You probably sell windows. You probably sell siding. You probably sell solar. You probably sell, roof rejuvenation, roof cleaning. I mean, all sorts of services. But very few companies, roofing companies, actually go back to the well, go back to their database time and time again. But yet those are the easiest sales, aren't they? Right. So that's a part of this system here. Okay. Is that resell pillar. And the last pillar is referral. All right. This is how most businesses start their companies, right? That's how most businesses start, by building up a referral base and getting referrals from people. Well, as you scale, guess what? This is going to get harder and harder to actually implement. Okay. And to ensure that you're getting referrals on a steady basis, because it's no longer going to be just you in the business. So the referral pillar is there because we want to ensure that all of our customers know what our referral program is. Well, first of all, let's define our referral program. Okay. And what I typically recommend is a $250 gift card to something like Texas Roadhouse. Why Texas Roadhouse? Well, because you can actually co-brand those gift cards with your logo on that gift card. Why $250? You can feed a family of 4 at Texas Roadhouse for that. And it's a small drop in the bucket for a new roof, right? If you're selling at industry standard 15,000 or more, okay, that is a small amount to pay for a referral, someone who is hot and ready to buy your services. Okay. So first of all, define your program, make sure that it's everywhere. It's on your website. It's on all of your social media channels. It's in your newsletter. Okay. That you send out on a regular basis. It's everywhere. Okay. And it does the selling for you. Now, and the last piece of that is really just having a software system that is tracking who sent you those referrals and actually making sure that those people get compensated. Okay. Now, this is the 4R system. I don't want to spend too much time on this. We're going to talk about this in a lot more detail in December and January when we're talking about our planning for the next year. Okay. But for now, what I want you to notice here is that social media is in every single one of these pillars. Okay. And that's because when people go to your social media channels, if you're not posting, if you haven't posted in the past year, 2 years, which I commonly see, okay, in the roofing industry, if you don't do that, it hurts your reputation. All right. If you're not posting, you're not getting in front of more people today than yesterday in the reach pillar. If you're not posting, you're not reselling back to the people who have purchased from you before and follow you and like you already. Okay. And if you're not posting onto social media, then you're not able to get referrals in either, right? Because people can share your posts and if they're valuable, if it's valuable content, they'll share that out. Okay. Now, inside of social media is this little thing that's really getting really, 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 really popular called video. Okay. And that's what we're here to talk about today. So why should we even focus on video marketing at all? Well, 80%, I was reading a study here before we even jumped on here. So I love stats. I'm a data guy. So you're going to hear a few stats. I know they're boring for a lot of people, but 86% of businesses are using video these days, right now. If you're not one of them, you're getting left behind. Okay. People watch 8 to 16 hours of video online. I mean, imagine that. It's crazy. And with short form video, and my kids do this all the time and it drives me nuts. They will sit there on their phones on that $1,000 machine, sitting there scrolling. They'll watch 2 or 3 seconds of a video, scroll, right? Scroll. And they will sit there for hours doing that. Okay. That's the generation, by the way, that you're going to be selling to in 5 to 10 years. Okay. People's attention spans are not getting any longer. Right. And so this stat, people watching video online, that's just going to grow. And every single one of the social media platforms know that, and they are pushing towards that with their algorithms. Okay. So if you're not using video, you're getting left behind because you're not playing into their algorithms. Right now, right? I read a study that was released literally in September of 2024. Right now, 82% of internet traffic is video traffic. That's a lot. That is a lot. If you can imagine the billions with a B of people that are online watching videos right now, and if you don't have a video marketing strategy in your hand and you're not implementing and you're not executing, you again are just getting left behind. There are SEO benefits. Okay, Google has come to their senses and figured out that video is super important. Okay, so we're seeing that the people who are posting on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, X, I still call it Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, if they're posting regularly on all of these with a strategy that I'm going to give to you today, okay, that is SEO based, Google is going to reward you, okay? Because again, no roofing companies are doing this. And trust me, I search, I look all the time. I try to find companies that do this. And so it's going to make you stand out heads and shoulders in front of everyone. The last reason here to do video, and this is the most important one of all, is that it shortcuts getting people to know, like, and trust you. Video is very, very engaging. People get to see you. They get to hear your voice. They get to see you smile, that you're a real person. Okay. It differentiates you, but it also gets them to know, like, and trust you. One of the reasons that I do this right here. Okay. The primary reason, honestly, that I do this right here, because I want everyone following us to know, like, and trust us. Okay. It just helps sales out. So what type of videos should we post? Well, there are a couple main types here. Okay. The first main type here is short form video. This is the most powerful right now. Short form is basically just less than a minute long. Okay. Um, all of the platforms, all of them have ways for you to post these short form videos, and they reward you for these things. Okay. By putting you in front of those people that are scrolling. Okay. But might be interested in your services. Okay. So Facebook and Instagram, these are called Reels, right? X has them. I don't know what they call those, honestly. But LinkedIn has these as well, and they're called Shorts on YouTube. Okay, so it's just a way to get in front of people, way more people today than knew about you yesterday. Long form videos, these are what I call over a minute long. These are things like this right here. This is going to go up onto YouTube. Okay. And it's going to also be put onto our website. It's going to be shared out to social media as well. Okay. So what we are doing here right now currently is more of a long form video. Now, I like to take that long form video and shorten it out into small short form videos, right? For those reels, for those shorts. And that's simply because, again, we're getting in front of massively more people using those short form videos. Okay, so what do we create? All right, what do we create? Should it all be the same thing? No, right? What kind of content should we create? Well, I believe that education sells. I know that education sells. Okay, so we should create educational content. The great thing about educational content is that if you frame it correctly, right, and if you position it correctly, and I'm going to show you how to do this, you get a lot of SEO benefit, meaning that Google is going to rank you. Okay. And we're seeing, by the way, AI tools ranking you as well. Okay. So these are powerful signals. And by the way, AI, even in Google, is going to be taken over soon. Okay. So their entire infrastructure is going to shift, and it is shifting. Right. Chat GPT's around. Perplexity is another one. Okay. All of these tools, it's good to put that educational content out. Okay. That is targeted towards solving people's problems. Okay. Stories. Well, we all know that stories sell, right? They help with sales. They help with marketing. They help with everything. And if we tell stories about our business, about our employees, if we tell them about it helps. Okay. So why not tell those stories inside of video? Right. Take it beyond just written or pictures, or even just posting, things on the social media channels or your website. Let's take it a step further, and let's do that, telling it via video, because again, it shortcuts the know, like, and trust factor. Okay. Video testimonials. I love these. These are gold, absolute gold. Okay. Anytime you can get a video testimonial from a customer, I highly recommend it. And we're going to leverage the dickens out of that by putting it on our website, on every single social channel out there that we are connected with. We're going to send that in our newsletter. Okay. Those things are gold because they show people that you do good work and people love you. Okay. So it's that social proof that really shortcuts the whole sales cycle there. Okay. Job site walkthroughs. This is a good one just to break up every once in a while to show that you guys are real people. Okay. That you have good processes. Okay. Hopefully you do. And that you do good work. Okay. Do a before and after video walkthrough. I love those. Right. Honestly, those are one of my favorite videos that I like to look at. And I'm sure Facebook and Instagram are listening to me right now and saying, "Oh, I'm going to show them some more before and after." Right. Because I love them. I'll be stuck on this $1,000 machine sometimes looking through some of those things. Okay. So guess what? Your homeowners are doing the same thing. All right. These are the 4 main types of posts. Don't be restricted to these types of videos. Okay. Mix it up. But don't get stuck doing all of the same type of video. Mix it up into stories of your employees, of your staff, your family, right? It humanizes you, it humanizes your business. Okay. So let's get into how do you do this, right? It's fine to know that I know I need to do it, but if I don't know how to do it, that's going to be a big sticking point there. Okay. So here are the basic steps. We're going to go through this, and then I'm actually going to show you a demonstration of how to actually do this. All right. It's going to be a little hard because I don't have the actual camera thing that can show my phone, because I'm going to show you how to do it on this $1,000 machine that's sitting in your pocket doing absolutely nothing. Okay. So number one, create a title. All right. This is kind of the basic step. What are you actually going to even talk about? Okay. I've got some tools. If you wait till the very end, it's some AI tools that I built that can help you create these titles in batches, and you can feed them into another tool that I'm going to give you as well that will actually come up with a script. Okay, which is the next step. Create a script. All right. Some people like to wing it. Okay. I'm kind of one of those people that have gotten to where I'd like to wing it if I just know generally what subject it is. I'll just pull out the phone and talk. Okay. A lot of people aren't that way. So what I say is create a script, right? You can do this using AI. You can write it yourself, whatever. Okay. I like to use AI because it helps shortcut this whole process. Step number three, load that script into a tool called BigView. I love this tool. BigView is awesome. And what it is a teleprompter. Well, it's hard to explain. So it's a teleprompter, first of all, for you can do it on your desktop, of course, but that's not going to be powerful enough, right? And when I say powerful enough, that's that people are not going to want to see you sitting behind a computer. They want to see you out in the field. Okay. So when you're out in the field, pull that $1,000 machine out, have your scripts already ready, loaded in there, ready to go, because you can do that on your desktop, and then it'll have them ready to go right here. Okay. As a project. So load that script into BigView, open it on your phone, and go to that script and hit record. Okay. Pretty easy to do. There are free versions of BigView, but I highly recommend the paid version of it. Every once in a while, you will find. I found. I think it was November of last year, when they were doing their Black Friday deals. Okay, and that's coming up here, by the way, in the next month, right? Look for those Black Friday deals, and I got a lifetime version of BigView to be able to do all of this stuff. And I love lifetime, deals, because you're not paying on a monthly basis. But for now, just go ahead and start with the monthly subscription. It's probably $20, $30. Okay. It's not going to break the bank, and it's going to help you create. Now, the cool thing about BigView is that they've made the ability for you to add your script, record your video, and then the editing version on your phone, that $1,000 machine sitting in your pocket. Okay. You can use that to do editing, add captions, add music. It even has this really cool feature to make your eyeballs actually look at the camera. Okay. Which is super freaky, but super cool at the same time. Okay. So that if you find yourself, as long as you're not moving your head, if your eyes are moving, right, following the teleprompter, it actually changes your eyes and makes sure that you're looking at the camera. So it's kind of cool. Okay, next step is schedule it on social media. You can do this now inside of BigView. They've created the ability to hook up all of your social channels inside of BigView and schedule that out. So why not do that? Okay, just again, it's one tool that you can use to do all of this stuff. And the last step for me is add it to your website. Whether it's short form, whether it's long form, it's just going to help your website. Now, there's a caveat here. You don't want to load up 20 videos on your homepage, okay? Because that'll slow your website way down, okay? Have a video page that people can go to, all right? Maybe put 3 videos on the front page and have a, view more videos button, okay? And just put the latest videos on the front page. If you put all of your videos, and if you follow this process that I'm going to give you, you're going to have lots of videos. Okay. And we don't want to put all of those on our front page. Okay. But go ahead and add them to a website. Now, next step, use AI. Okay. AI can shortcut all sorts of things, right? This can shortcut the main parts of ideating, making sure that you're coming up with content, right? The topics and so forth. So I use tools and my staff use tools like ChatGPT. Okay. Custom GPTs, which are customized versions of ChatGPT that does a specific function. Okay. And Catherine says AI is getting put in most apps. Absolutely. You know, it's getting flagged in most apps. Okay. So yes and no, right? On when it comes to video, you're still doing it. And what I'm recommending is that you're doing video. You're not going to tools that are creating a video version of yourself and creating that as as um as an AI version of yourself. Okay. I would not recommend that. What I do recommend is that you use AI to create the titles and to create the scripts, like I mentioned before. Okay. Perplexity, I use that quite a bit to do fact checking, but it's getting better and better. If you use the paid version, you can hook it up to ChatGPT or to Claude, your choice there. Okay. And Claude is really awesome. If you've never used Claude before, it's getting better and better and better. In some cases, I like it better than ChatGPT for creating content because it just sounds better, sounds more human. And if you train it on you using projects, and you can go through some of my other workshops that I've done on AI on how to train it on yourself, you can actually do it that way. All right. So hopefully that makes sense. All right, let's get into the demo. This is where the rubber meets the road here. Okay. All right. So before this, I went to first. We're going to start out with ChatGPT here. Okay. All right. I fed it a title. Okay. And I went to, and you're going to get a link to this, but the Roofing Video Shorts Script Assistant. Okay. This will create a script based off of a title. I went to first my titles, grabbed a title, but I went ahead and went through there and said, okay, let's create a video script. So it came through and asked me a few questions, clarifying questions. The first one, what's the title? All right, or the key question that you want to answer in this video. And I'd literally just put in the title of this workshop, right? How to build a video marketing machine for roofing companies. Now, this is going to create a short, okay? This is going to create a script for a short that is less than a minute long, okay? So anyways, next step was target audience. Who's our target audience? Well, I put in roofing company owners. For y'all, you're going to put in either one of two target audiences. You're going to put in homeowners or you're going to put in building managers. Okay. If you're trying to get ranked for commercial keywords, okay. If you're trying to get in front of more commercial people and get more commercial jobs, you're going to be putting in the building managers as your target audience. Okay. But for my case, for this use case, I put in roofing company owners. All right. It says perfect. What's the name of the person speaking in the video? So I put my name. Okay. Company, what's the name of your company? I put that in. And then it says, is roofing sites the URL that you'd like to use as a call to action? I said, yes. Okay. So whatever your URL is, whatever your company is, whoever you are, right? Make sure you tell it. And then after it gets those details, it came up with this really short script. Okay. And it was pretty good. Okay. And so I made one tiny change to this, and that's just because I want it to sound more like me. And basically, instead of want to build a video marketing machine that attracts more customers while you sleep, roofing company owners, this one's for you, right? Instead of that, I said, hey, roofers at the beginning, right? Because that's what I usually say in my shorts, okay, as my call out to my target audience, right? So that is the only thing that I changed in my script. That was the first step. Okay. Next step, I came over to Big View, created a new project, and I loaded it up with a script. Okay. Again, roofers want to build a video marketing machine that attracts customers while you sleep. Here's the secret to growing your roofing business with video marketing. Start by creating content. I'm not going to read through this whole thing, but right, this is the script that that I loaded in. Wait a few seconds, maybe about 30 seconds, then open up Big View right here on your phone. Okay. I'm going to attempt to show this to you. Get it open. Okay. And right here, that script, if y'all can even see this little tiny thumbnail here. If you're listening to this on the podcast, I apologize, but the script it was right there. Okay. You just click on it and then you hit the record button and you go through it. Now, it took me about 7 takes on this one right before we jumped on here. Okay. So I really don't like scripts. And so I kept messing up. It's fine. You're going to mess up. You're going to not be as good at the beginning when you're starting to do these videos, okay, as you are at the very end, right?
Hey, roofers, want to build a video marketing machine that attracts customers while you sleep? Here's the secret to growing your roofing business with video marketing. Start by creating content that showcases your expertise, roof inspections, repair tips, and customer success stories. Then post consistently on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and LinkedIn. But don't stop there. Use tools like automated email campaigns and retargeting ads to make sure your videos keep working for you, even after you've posted them. With the right system, your videos will generate leads 24/7. I'm Chris Hunter from roofingsites.com, and if you're ready to take your video marketing to the next level, visit roofingsites.com today and let's build your video marketing machine.
All right, so literally I was reading off the script. I didn't even use the AI thing for the eyes because it didn't seem like I needed that. But this actually took 45 seconds to record. Okay. Pulled that machine out of my pocket, 45 seconds to record. It took about 5 minutes to edit it completely using my phone. I did all of the editing inside of my phone. I wanted to see if that was actually easier than it is on desktop. And all I did was say add captions. And I don't know if y'all could hear it, but there's a tiny bit of background music in there. I just chose, it's like one of 3 options. I went ahead and chose the easiest one there and hit go. It took like 5 minutes for it to render and upload, more importantly, to the desktop here. Okay. Now from here, I can share out this video and schedule this out onto social media. Now, I haven't hooked up all my social channels here, so I can't really do that right now. I would love to have had the time to hook that all up, but it's just a matter of going through your social channels, hooking all of those things up, and then scheduling it out right here. Okay, post to social channels. Grand total investment of time was 15 minutes, all done by myself. I didn't have to hire a video editor. Now, I have a video editor, okay, that takes these long form videos and cuts them up into smaller shorts, and he charges us. But if we're talking short form videos, you don't need fancy. That's going to be my biggest tip is if you can do it, try to do it yourself using your phone and skip paying people to have to do that. Okay. Now, another tip that I have, right? And we haven't gotten to the tips and tricks part, but another tip that I have is leverage your time as much as you possibly can when you're doing these videos. Okay. What I mean by that is that I'm a huge believer in batching things. Okay. You're way more productive than trying to do things. If you try to create a video every single day, you're eventually going to peter out on that. Okay. All of my podcast interviews are done one Friday every single month. I batch record every single one of those things. I also do the same idea with any videos that I'm going to create. And I'll do 5 to 10 of those videos in one day. It's easier for me to get into a mindset of I'm going to do videos today. Okay. And versus having to do it every single day. I'm not that consistent. Okay. In order to do that, but I can be consistent one day a month. Right. So that's what I highly recommend. Now, what if you took all 4 of those different types of videos? Okay. Let's say that you go out to a job site. Hopefully you have a job once a week at least. Okay. You go out to a job site, you do 2 educational videos while you're there. you do a video walkthrough of your processes, and you get a video testimonial from the homeowner if they agree to that. That's 5 videos that are batched out in one single job. You do that consistently and post those to social channels and schedule those things out in the social channels, right? Including YouTube, including putting those on your website, including sending those out via newsletter. You're going to have a ton of videos by the time that 1 year comes up. And you can do almost all of that with that $1,000 machine. I know I talk about this all the time, y'all, right? But you've got $1,000 machine sitting in your pocket. Put it to good use. Make it make money for you. Okay. This should be an asset. I'd like to say that this is going to be a lot longer, but it's really not. This is the main meat of everything that we're going to talk about, right? And it's not hard to do videos and to create that video machine. Okay. If you do have an assistant, right, it might be good to have them do the titles and scripts for you, load them into BigView for you, because guess what? You can, right? They can do that. You give them your login, they can log, put that in there. Second of all, you could do the videos and simply walk away, okay, and have them edit those things, okay, and post those things out. So as a business owner, me, I'm constantly thinking, what's the most value for me? What do I need to be doing to create the most value for my company? And that's creating the content. It's not necessarily editing it and posting it and so forth. Okay. It would be better use of my time to create that content. And I highly recommend that for you, the business owners, for the roofing company owners, to do that. Okay. Now here's some tips, a few tips and tricks. Number one, just like with anything in marketing, stay consistent. Okay. It's just like dieting, right? You can't just diet one day and expect to lose 20 pounds, right? You've got to do that over a period of, for me, probably about 6 to 8 weeks, right? And diet, keep it consistent. All right. Same thing with marketing. Share those stories. Always be on the lookout for stories that you can share. Don't be afraid to pull out that phone, okay, and create a story. You don't have to necessarily have a script, by the way, in order to do that. Okay. The more that you do these types of videos, the more comfortable you'll be on camera. And so share the stories of you, your family, your roofing company, your employees, everyone in your life. If they're willing to do it, right, share those stories via video. Number 3, mix it up. Don't do the same type of video every single time, right? Make sure you do one of those 4 different types. Leverage testimonials. Testimonials are huge. Okay, leverage those things. Get those video testimonials. When I do video testimonials, I like to ask 3 questions, and it's really simple. Who are you? What have we done for you? What are the results? And I actually sometimes add a 4th one in there. What would you have someone say that's sitting on the fence? What would you tell someone sitting on the fence about hiring us? Okay. You can edit those down to take out your questions, but I find it easier to have a back and forth, you asking the question, them saying the answer, kind of a thing. And you can turn that around and just record them, with the good camera on the back side of your phone, whatever, that $1,000 machine, right? Show behind the scenes, right? Get into some of your business, right? Show behind the scenes. Don't be afraid to do that. Okay. People like to know that you're a real business. And that's one of the ways to do that, is show some of the behind the scenes. Okay. Educate, don't sell. I'm a firm believer in education. That education by itself will sell. Okay. You don't have to necessarily always be doing the pitch. Hey, this is Chris with College Station Roofing, and you need my services because I'm so great. No one cares about that. Okay. They're just going to go right past that video. But if you're telling them that they need to be looking out for, damaged shingles right after this storm, and this is how to do it, that would be way more educational. And guess what? If they're constantly seeing your content over and over and over again, it not only makes you more believable and trustable, it makes you completely omnipresent in their market because you're sharing valuable content. Okay. Because you're constantly coming up in your feed. My son told me the other day, he was on Instagram, right? The one at Texas State University. He said, Dad, I keep seeing all your videos on my Instagram feed. I'm like, great. Did you click, a gig 'em? Did you click a thumbs up? And he's like, yeah, I did. I said, well, good. Keep doing that. And they'll keep showing those things to you. right? Because that's how the algorithm works. The more that people interact with you, the more that they watch your content, the more that they're going to see of your videos, and the more omnipresent you're going to be in their world. Okay. So educate, don't sell. Use AI. I love AI. If you follow me at all, we talk about AI all the time here. We use AI ourselves. I built AI tools. Don't be afraid of it. Okay. A lot of people are afraid of it. They think that, the algorithms are doing this or that, they're not. They realize, all of these platforms realize that AI is the future. Okay. That and they view them as assistants themselves, right? They are just literally a tool. It's assistants that can help you get stuff done. Now, like I said earlier, don't leverage it so far that you create your AI version of yourself, right? I tried that with a tool called Hey Gen, and us with beards, it does not do well, right? It looked like my beard was talking. So it was not cool. So I was like, okay, that's not going to work. Those without beards, maybe it'll work for you, but it still is very robotic. It's not showing the real you. And that's what we really want to present using video, is the real us. Okay. Record in batches. I've talked about that. Okay. Make sure you mix up the settings though. When you do record in batches, change shirts, change a hat, put a hat on, right? Change it. Maybe, do a video in your truck, do a video with the truck behind you, do a video with the home behind you. Okay. If you're out at a home, if you're on a commercial side, obviously show that building, go up on the roof, right? Show the crews actually doing their job. Be careful about OSHA stuff. You don't want that coming to bite you on that. So that's my big disclaimer with video and with photos, is that if you're violating any kind of OSHA stuff, don't put that in your videos or photos. Okay. And just don't do that, by the way. Yeah. All right. So create videos for your entire customer journey. All right. Well, we've talked about today is literally just the reach pillar. Okay. What about resale? Okay. What about referrals? Put a video on your website that on your referral page. Okay. Put a video on when someone signs up with you. Have an automation that goes out with your video saying, thank you so much for signing up with us. We love our customers. This is the process. This is what the steps to expect next. Think about your customer journey and where they are in that customer journey, and have a video for each one of those. Again, it's that know, like, and trust. And additionally, it's going to make you stand out heads and shoulders above everybody else, because nobody's doing it. Nobody in the roofing industry is doing that. Other industries have got this figured out. Okay. But in our industry, if you do it, it's going to make you the choice again, right? We talked about that earlier. The choice versus a choice. It's going to make you more referable. It's going to make them come back to you. Okay. Wow, though. Part of that can be done with video. This one in here, I stuck this in here because I see a lot of drone footage used like on websites and just thrown in videos. Drone footage to me should be B-roll. Okay. Not A-roll. A-roll is you talking, you doing something. B-roll, when it comes to video, when you're talking video, are typically the cutaways, to different scenes. If you watch any kind of show, I watch a live, right? At the very beginning of every show, at the beginning of every scene, anything, they're showing B-roll video, meaning that they had someone come out there, take video, right? And they edited that and put that into the video itself, right? As people are talking, you still have voiceovers, you still have things going on, but that's what B-roll is, right? If you're not quite aware of what that is, you don't necessarily need those in short videos, in my opinion. Okay. I think that the shorts and the reels should be authentic, and it should be you talking or you sharing a story. Sharing B-roll inside of those shorts kind of takes away from the authenticity, right? Of you educating, right? Or you sharing a story. It takes away from that, in my opinion, right? But in longer form videos, absolutely. And I love the idea of drone footage. Okay. Because a lot of times those are done in 4K. All right. And you want that footage periodically inside of longer form videos. Okay. All right. That's about it. And I guess there's another tip here that I didn't share. Always shoot in 4K if you can. Record in 4K if you can. Okay. This right here, this video camera right here that I'm pointing at, right? It's a webcam. It's 4K. Okay. Shoot high, and we can always compress down from the editing standpoint. Okay. It can always be shortened, but you can't go upwards. Okay. And that's been that way for forever. Right. If you shoot in 720, and by the way, there is a setting inside of Big View here, right? And inside of Big View in the settings, make sure that it's set to record in 4K. Okay. Not in default is 720, right? 720 is okay, but it would be way better to shoot high and compress down. Okay. And the other things, be aware of your surroundings, right? When you're taking videos, make sure that if they're actually installing a roof behind you, all that noise that's going on, right, that it's not overpowering you talking. Okay. Be aware of sound, be aware of lighting. If you're indoors, I don't know if you can't really see this. I've got lights right here. Okay. One is a key light and one's a fill light. Okay. Basically, one is the main light source coming from this side over here. And then this side over here is my fill light, because it makes this half of my face, okay, darker, and adds more dramatic, things to the video. But when you turn it on, you have enough light here, right? It's filling that side of my face. That's why it's called a fill light. Look at the lights behind me. I've got other kind of lights back here. Okay. But lighting is very important when it comes to video, right? Lighting and sound. So those are my last two more tips. Okay. All right. All of this, real quickly go through this. This is the 4-hour roofing marketing system. Okay. If you don't have this installed in your business, you need to, I guarantee it. If you're only focusing on the reach pillar, then you're missing out on a lot of business. Okay. So make sure that you have something going on and you're constantly building something in each of these pillars. Okay. Now that you stayed with me to the very end, I'm going to reward you. You download this workbook. Inside the workbook are a few links to some tools that are going to help. There's a checklist in there to show you the exact steps on how to do this. And there's an SOP in there, right? That shares exactly how to do this using AI. Okay. Using AI for building the script, for building the title, and showing you how to do all this stuff. Okay. So just go to roofingsites.com/video-marketing-workbook. Use the QR code, pull out that $1,000 machine, go there now, download it. I'll leave it up here for a second before we move on. I don't see anyone pulling out their phones. All right. Moving on to the next one. If you don't have this book in your hand, my book, The Ultimate Guide to Digital Marketing for Roofers, in your hand, right? Be sure to go to this link right here to go.roofingsites.com. I will send you a free digital copy of my book. This is basically the exact blueprint of what we do here for our clients. It is also the past 20 plus years of my knowledge put into 336 pages. I'm sorry that it's so long, but this is the exact blueprint of what we do here. Okay. If you would like to know how to do that, it's freely available to you. Right, because it's part of my BHAG of helping 100 roofing companies double in size before 2028. The next is, if you'd rather just have someone do this stuff for you versus knowing how to do it and doing it all yourself, I get it. Trust me, I get it. We're here to help. Just go to roofingsites.com/schedule and we'll book a strategy session with me. We're going to go over exactly how to fix your marketing. We're going to find all of the holes in all of your marketing and build a plan on exactly how to fix that. Okay. So just use the QR code or go to roofingsites.com/schedule. Thank you all so much for showing up. Really appreciate it. Feel free to come on our next one. I've got it scheduled, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head. I do know December and January are typically our planning months. So definitely show up to those to help plan for the next year. Okay. And help you build that marketing plan for the next year. All right. Well, y'all have a great day and appreciate y'all showing up.